Myself, Sushant. Already Naik sir had introduced about me. So I'm from NID Bangalore, and been working with the bamboo sector for uh, some time now. So my presentation is more like a visual base. So in between, I'll be just talking about my experience also. So you can see like lots of bamboo application. So like many of you like from the bamboo field only. So I don't need to much talk about bamboo, and you have been listening to many of the webinar series in the past. So what I want to say it is this is one of the best material. Okay, like it is one of the best sustainable and natural resource that available for us, and there are lots of way we can use, and there are many species, and every species have a many like different kind of property. So as my experience, I can say there are so many things like that we can explore with bamboo, and even like NID like if you come to our bamboo center, we have demonstrated many different product, okay, that used from made using like various species. So species is something very important, and luckily India we have got various species like in different part of the country, and we also have got a very rich tradition. Like culturally, like India have been using bamboo since many centuries. Okay, maybe very oldest, like one of the maybe tradition. Okay, in the world, like that also like we have in India, like they've been utilizing bamboo like any other like material for any purposes. So especially like if you have any chance to travel to Northeast, or maybe have you looked at any bamboo application from Northeast, you can understand that. Okay, from any small product to any big product, or maybe even construction of houses, big structures, bridges, everywhere like you can see bamboo has been used. So we have a very rich culture, okay, that like develop good knowledge about bamboo utilization through many centuries, through many generations. So it's like a very good knowledge base like that we have already created. If you travel anywhere, like especially Northeast, but any part of India, like even Kerala, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, many places. Okay, you will find traditional application, so many, variety, and you can see some of the kind of uh, work people do in villages. Okay, this is from Arunachal Pradesh. You can see the beautiful, like very intricate weave. Like they make very good baskets. This from Manipur. You can see again baskets like different shape, different sizes, and each have a different purpose. Okay, why different basket like one was maybe something for storage of grain, something to carry like go to the market, or maybe carry like the firewood, carry like chicken, or maybe even they carry the pig. Okay, like when they take a pig to the market, they carry in a bag. The bag is a basket is specially made for such kind of purpose. So they're like you can see the baskets are so many different type when you like go to all these places, and it is like you can see the variety, the kind of different kind of weaves, and how the shape it is formed, and the structurally the additional like maybe the vertical like the stick members like it is given. So it's all depends on the kind of utility of that basket. Okay, that defines the form, the shape, or maybe the sizes, or how it is handled, everything. Okay, so all like whatever bamboo product that we see like traditionally, all this was part of their life. It was their lifestyle product. Okay, but later like we have started calling as a handicraft, craft, all thing. But actually, it's like actually their daily utility product. Okay, so they're like inspiring from that lifestyle. Maybe like we can think about making lifestyle product for today's market. Okay, so that is something very important. So maybe like I'm not saying bamboo as a handicraft or a craft or a decorative product. Maybe learning from this kind of utility, maybe how we can utilize this knowledge or maybe new knowledge for our lifestyle, for the modern market. And you can see this one of the market from Manipur, Imphal. And you can see so many product. Even 2 years back when I visited, the market was like this. Okay, so many like product has been selling in that market, and still people buy that. Okay, so still like shows that culture and tradition is still alive in many of the part of these places. And bamboo like the shoot is something very delicious, and like it's a very good nutritious food. Okay, so I'm not talking much about the food part of bamboo, but it's available now everywhere. In many places you can see bamboo shoot being sold. Like also like it is a in container, it's also available. And looking at the growing market of bamboo, application of bamboo, the bamboo cultivation is also like increasing in our country. So you can see like these three pictures are from three different places: Tripura, Karnataka, Maharashtra. So everywhere like I can see like maybe I'm in many of the bamboo discussion groups in WhatsApp. So I can see like most of the discussion in the groups happen on the cultivation or species or plantation, nursery, all that. So we can see like people are start seeing the value of bamboo. There is a like specific like application is happening. The market is developing. So it's like a very good time like where we are like currently living. The bamboo is like getting a very good opportunity. And like looking back now to 1970s, uh, Professor M.P. Ranjan, my guru, and my guru for many of people sitting in this forum. Many of you know Ranjan. Okay, he had started like that, initiating like understanding bamboo in terms of design, or maybe like the culture, tradition, utility, all that part. So his research in Northeast, like in late 1970s, and the book published after that in 1986, has created a very good base knowledge for all of us to learn about bamboo. So he is the one who initiated at NID, the NID's Center for Bamboo Initiative. And especially towards early 2000, like there was a like lots of new project, new application initiative taken by Professor Ranjan. So in 2010, when I like 2006, I moved to Bangalore, and in 2010 I started Bamboo Center in NID Bangalore. So in NID Bangalore, we have a very dedicated space and like lots of experiments and work we are doing on the bamboo. You can see one image of the center. So if you have any chance to come visit NID Bamboo Center, like you can see many of these applications. We also do lots of consultancy services to the industries, startup, even traditional sector, entrepreneurs, everybody. Like even people just come to learn about bamboo, to know about bamboo. So we don't restrict anybody. Okay, people can come and inspire from us. Many people like they approach us like they want support. So sometimes like it become end up in a consultancy service, or maybe it's just like maybe something and go back. And we work with many species, as I told, like from hollow species to solid, and like all kind of species we work. And last many years, we just focusing on working on a solid bamboo species, where like it can be a very good material for replacement of steel or plastic or wood for furniture making. And bamboo, like as you know, like it is it contains lots of sugar material, so lots of insects. Okay, so it's bamboo, even though it's structurally very strong, everything, but this is one of the issue. So we always like advise people need to do the treatment. Okay, so treatment is something like very important, and there are many methods of treatment. And any of you like into the production of any article, you should think about this like without treatment, you should not make anything, because that will later insects come and the name of the bamboo, okay, will get damaged in the market. So you have to think about treatment. Now raw material, when you're getting into it, bamboo is like a very organic material, different dimensions, not like maybe straight or maybe different diameter. So how can we like manipulate to make it standardized? Okay, so I've been working on this part, like how to standardize this solid bamboo. Okay, so along with I'm also like working on how to joint bamboo. Okay, so joineries of bamboo is very important, either directly bamboo to bamboo or maybe adding like a metal or a hardware or something like how you can connect two pieces of bamboo in an effective way with a strong connection. And we no the latest, not latest, maybe the trend is like what we are looking uh, knockdown furniture from bamboo. Okay, so when we think about knockdown furniture, joinery is very important. So we have done like lots of experiment with different type of joinery, even the wooden joinery. Okay, wood joinery from wood, how it is suitable for bamboo. Okay, so is it like maybe the same way we can use on bamboo, or do we need to modify that wood joinery for bamboo? Okay, so we have done lots of work, joinery part. Then when we coming into the furniture, so you can see now this is a different way of making bamboo furniture. So there is no like one way. Okay, like everywhere like maybe we see like a like very big diameter hollow bamboo has been used for making bamboo furniture. But we are trying to demonstrate different way, like maybe starting from MP Ranjan's cube store, and like many way like bamboo, timber, solid bamboo or bamboo and bamboo splits. So there are many ways one can look at how we can construct a furniture using no different form of bamboo. Okay, I put like a different form of bamboo. And this is some collection for MP Ranjan's one UNIDO project was there where NID like earlier had developed laminated bamboo board furniture. Okay, so this is like like way back in 99 and 2000, maybe some of you from the forum like maybe remembering it. You have been part of this project also. So this is like one of the very long back like demonstrated of the bamboo board. Okay, I think maybe this is the first time the bamboo board being introduced in the country in 99 2000 that time. So this board was from China, but the application was developed in NID with the help of many other institutions, designers, architects. Many people traveled to Ahmedabad and created the whole collection of bamboo board furniture. So this is some of the images of that. I'm going back to Ranjan's time, and this is the bamboo split-based furniture. So again, initiated by Professor Ranjan, I have also contributed so much for this collection. So where like bamboo splits are used to make a very strong structure. Okay. Then I also like started my work around that time, like in 2000, 2001. I have started my bamboo work. So I have started like looking at bamboo like more into how you can take bamboo for a production mode, like no more in more not more much into the handcrafted, but more into the production side. So like I was looking even can we think about making just simple fencing. Okay, simple fencing like but maybe produced in quantity, transported in like bulk. Even like the same product can be used for tree guards as a tree guard. So the what kind of connectors, hardware, joinery, all that. So this is another way of like we can look at fencing using a bamboo split. So it like all the concept was how we can mechanize the production. Okay, not like a maybe handmade. So this is like something I have done sometime in 2002. Then some of the furniture I started looking. I was also learning about bamboo. Okay, so maybe I was not like at that point of time not much aware about like how solid bamboo will work, or maybe how split bamboo will work. So like no, this was more of a learning time for me, and understanding structurally like how the bamboo work, different species. And this is like one try I have done like for bending the bamboo and making some furniture. Okay, like putting it together, making it more strong. And this is like again in 2002 or three, like no, I have done this experiment. Then this like maybe 2007, 8, done like no range of racks. Okay, racks mainly like when I started the retail design program at NID, I was like looking into why only the steel, glass, maybe metal or other things going into the retail store. Why not bamboo furniture can't be replace all that steel and glass. So this was again like a kind of a knockdown or a foldable series of no, rack that can be either used in a retail space or you can also use a residential space. And again, some of the experiment like at that time, making it maybe more simpler structure. How we can use a less material, okay, not too much of material, lightweight. Maybe that bench you can just lift with one finger. Okay, that is the weight of that. No, so it's not very heavy, very little material, and like no, maybe exploring the bending possibility of bamboo. So all that. Then again from that bench, like no, I have converted that bench with a armrest kind of structure. Then again from that with a complete sofa. So this is like no more of a experimenting like very minimal structure using like less quantity of bamboo, lightweight sofa. Like maybe that time like the kind of bamboo sofa in the market was like no very heavy. So I was thinking like let's look at more lighter product. There's some of the other furniture again from solid bamboo and split combination. So this was not a knockdown series. It was like more of a fixed kind of furniture. Like no, not much worked on knockdown at that point of time. So then later started thinking about when there is a project came from Nagaland. Nagaland people used to make a very huge furniture with a big diameter bamboo, and it was too heavy to transport and carry. So then through that time, CBTC, Mr. Kamesh Salam, he requested why not NID develop a range which is like no knockdown kind of. Okay, so you don't need to carry a heavy thing as it is. So you can knock down the furniture and accommodate lesser space while transport. Okay, so then I have developed this complete range of furniture from hollow bamboo, and we have trained people from Nagaland. It's all part of that collection. So even that bedroom furniture, you can see this also can be opened up and packed flat. Then this is another one in between. Like no, I was trying to look at inspiring from MP Ranjan's furniture. So how to make it more easy, like no construction part, knockdown, easy to assemble, all that. And another like area I explored is the using metal connectors. So this was sometime around 2011. I started looking at metal connectors as replacement of many no, joinery that required lots of time for construction. So when you move on to this kind of thing, the production part become more easier and the assembly become more easy and the strength also again increase. So this opened up a like no another direction for myself and other people working with me. Like no maybe can we like look at metal component, maybe like a little bit, not much. If you look at the entire bamboo furniture, maybe we can think about maybe around 5% or at the most like a 10% metal or other material. Okay, rest should be bamboo. So with that, like, maybe we started moving on to exploring the connectors. Okay, so we have made different kind of connectors, and based on that, recently we have done a project for a company called Oost Venture in Bangalore. So we have developed a range of furniture, residential furniture for Oost Venture, and this is the collection. Okay, you can see. So here mainly like the bamboo, the solid bamboo, the bamboo board, then the metal connectors. So that make the entire bamboo like the production part or the assembly part like very easy, like flat pack, all that. So this is like one of the collection very like maybe 2 years back. we started this project. And now going back to like some of the product from Ranjan's time, again the rocking horse designed at Ranjan's time, and later like many people had done many kind of rocking horses or maybe the rockers and things like that. So again like the issue was transportation here. Okay, so the product was very lightweight and completely like you can call it eco-friendly, but then the people were like the people who making in the field, maybe somebody making in Agartala, they felt like they're spending too much of money for transportation because many transporters charge on the volume, okay, not on the weight. So it occupied like lots of volume in transport, and then in 2014 with one of the student from Pandicherry, we have developed this method of construction. So you can see the frame-based construction along with the metal connectors. So you can see the assembly line, the kind of components, and which make this product. Okay, so this is like one of the rocking horse, and we started putting in exhibition and good popularity, and people are like like looking for buying this. It was having a good demand. Then later we started introducing this in the market. Like market means we taught the making process to many people in Kerala, in Northeast and all. Then what the issue was there, they can buy the pipe locally, but bending that pipe into that shape, they were having problem. So then we modified that same product to this. So you can see here the same construction technique, same method of making same assembly line, but there is no bending of that pipe is there. So in place of that, just a direct single piece of pipe directly put it. So people can just buy the pipe, cut it, drill it, and put it. Okay. So this we have introduced later. So this was a solution for that. So you can see like sometimes the solution or maybe a joinery or a system that evolved like maybe through a process when like maybe we identify there is some issue. Maybe we have introduced some product in the market, maybe introduce some new design to the artisan, but an artisan give a feedback. There is an issue like for the production. So like then we find out solution for that. So this also help us to evolve like in many development. So this is like the same direction how you can think about making a rack. So you can see how many components are there. Two side frames, two like top that steel connectors, then the surfaces. So it's a very simple way of constructing furniture. This is another way. So you can see again number of frames. So four frames which is connected and a top. Okay, that is something like this. So again, like now we have to look at what kind of joinery to be used, what kind of hardware, how we can make it like knock down. Okay, it has to go flat pack. So everything is being considered while working on it. So we've been demonstrating such kind of way of construction methods to the people, and people are getting inspired from some of this and going to the market. So we don't go directly to the market with the product. So we like teach people or we inspire people. So this is another like school furniture sample that we develop, and later Kerala Bamboo Corporation had tried to adopt this, and they started putting some of this in schools. Another furniture, children study table and seating. So again, I can see the uh, metal component and how it can go like it is a flat. You can see the components on the right side. Another chair again, section of chair, how it can be completely knocked down. Okay, can go in like just a small flat packet, and people can take it out and assemble it. So like earlier when we were working on some project long back, people were telling the making knockdown furniture or a foldable furniture is not easy from bamboo. Okay, and people believes that bamboo board is the only solution for furniture or bamboo engineered bamboo timber. No, it's the only solution. Okay, with a natural form of bamboo, it is impossible to make a knockdown furniture. So that is why like now we would like to take that as a challenge. Okay, and we have started developing many models. So it is not like one way. It is a many way like we have shown natural form of bamboo can be used for making this furniture. So the knockdown furniture. So this is like you can see another office table. So just recently I have done. Okay, maybe very recently, maybe a month back. So you can see the in one picture on top number of components. Another picture how it can be stacked for packaging. Another picture how it is assembled. So yeah, we are trying to make it very simple. Okay, so like even an entrepreneur without much big investment. Okay, one should be able to make the product. Another by students' work, graduation project by furniture student worked with me. So you can see the different style. Another student from furniture design. This is a chair, office chair. Again, it's a knockdown. So no metal component here, only hardwares. So you can see here, again done by the same student. You can see the backrest. No, it changed the angle. Okay, backrest they change the angle and the seat slides forward. Okay, so this kind of experiment, like we've been doing, and this is one of the good example of using the flexibility of bamboo. Okay, so maybe instead of using a spring steel, we had used only bamboo structure. Again, the idea was taking like this foldable structure to everywhere and exhibiting bamboo products and all. Okay, so you can see this is like one module, but if you want to expand, this can be connected and it can be like expanded in like the number of pieces. Okay, so this is like again a knockdown kind of structure. So it's like not a permanent one. So you can open it up, pack it, and take it to any place. You can open it and put up the exhibition, all that, or conduct some events. Another like a foldable structure done by my student. This is retail scenario. Okay, for a small vegetable or a fruit seller, even a roadside, or maybe in a allotted like maybe a complex or something, you can have a small stall kind of thing for selling the object. Okay, so this foldable, it folds and go into that box. Okay, this is another recent addition that like why can't we like maybe think about such kind of electronic product where bamboo can play like very big role, and where like you can see this is like one of the area we can promote usage of bamboo in the youngsters, because you can see many of the youngsters like they use the headphones, like earphones, or maybe laptop stand or Bluetooth speaker. Okay, there are many products used by youngsters. Okay, the market like you see like lots of products are coming. So where maybe we can create some kind of impact like using bamboo instead of plastic. Okay, then maybe people can start thinking about sustainable the same product but more in a sustainable manner. So this was like a workshop conducted at our own campus, like for our own students. So this is some of the example from the workshop. There were many products were like created. So you can see some of the variety of products. On this left side, Bluetooth speaker, it was developed by Mr. Rajiv from Kerala, Rajiv from Windcraft. So he had developed that in NID Bangalore. Some of my old other product, book rack. Again, stackable and foldable book rack. The previous one was not able to stack or fold, but here, it is stackable. So in transportation, it like matter. Many types of lampshades that we created, you can see whatever shown here, all have a different approach of making lampshades. Some one are like something of basketry weaving, some mat weaving, some sticks are used, something combined with fabric. Okay, so you can see like a different way of making lampshade. So this is an example I'm showing. Maybe some of you can start looking at, because like we have a like we always look at maybe only one direction, or maybe we see like what is China doing. Okay, but look at our own material. Okay, maybe some of these, the sticks you can see, the two lampshade. It is like just particularly made for, made using like a thin species of bamboo, like a Ochlandra. Ochlandra doesn't have a much thickness. Okay, or Muli bamboo from Melocana basifera from northeast. Okay, doesn't have a much thickness. So looking at the species, how you can utilize. So many of these, like, we have to look at our local material and then understand it and then develop. Again, like using Ochlandra and Pelocana, so you can see the thickness is very less. We don't waste much material. It's only just splitting and bending and then cleaning. So not much material wastage is here. Again, woven product. These are introduced in Kerala a long time back, because Kerala people are very good in weaving. If you look at most of the cluster, okay, they're very good at weaving, mat weaving or basket weaving. Okay, so maybe looking at their skill, that time, like we thought maybe we can introduce more product of using weaving as a technique. So this is some of those product. This is dustbins. Dustbins we introduced initially, like first in Nagaland and Madhya Pradesh. So why dustbin means, if you look at number of dustbins used in the country, like if you look at any offices, institutions, anywhere, hostels or hotels, anywhere you like, number of dustbins are used made of plastic. Okay, so if you see the quantity of plastic used for dustbin, and if you can replace with bamboo, it is like a very big area, like one can replace plastic. It's the biggest area where plastic is used. Okay, so maybe some of our friends replaced plastic toothbrush. Okay, so similarly, this is one of the area everybody can look at, start replacing the dustbin made of plastic with bamboo. Trophies and mementos, that one of the request again came from Kerala bamboo mission, that instead of using all this acrylic, glass, metal, plastic, all that, can we think about introducing bamboo mementos? So bamboo mementos, because if you see, like now it is a COVID time. Otherwise, you see any like function. Okay, any function in school, colleges, institution, government level, anywhere. Okay, like everybody give memento. Okay, or maybe some prizes given to any competition. So everywhere we can see plastic or acrylic, all that is used. So can we replace all that with bamboo? Maybe 100% bamboo. Okay, so this is some of the idea that we have introduced to the people or artisan in Kerala. And some of the storages in kitchen. So the regular basket with a stand, foldable again. The trays and the dining table, trivets, so all small product. Okay, but this all used in a quantity. Like maybe the dining table trivet or something, that every maybe place people buy, it's made of like a plastic mat or something. So then there are places where we can look at replacing those things with the bamboo, and it's a huge area again. Tongs, okay, tongs again, it is earlier the first one top. You can see that the U-shaped one. It is designed by MP Ranjan long back in 1986. He have done that. Okay, but then later many people had developed many. So these are some of the other tongs designed by me. Then collection of accessories that for hotels and resorts, or even for a residential purpose. You can see dry fruits trays or whatever can be used in dining table or hotels, hotel rooms and all. So this is another collection. We work for a Madhya Pradesh Bamboo Mission. Jewelries. So we had worked with jewelry, especially when we go to the field, when people request, maybe the ladies sitting at home, they want to have some kind of earning without maybe much tools or something. So collection of maybe a cutter or maybe a hacksaw drill or something, and they can make the entire collection. Okay, so the visualization is done by in rural village, maybe women sitting at home in their extra time, no, they can create such kind of products. Bamboo hangers is another one core area that I have been working. Okay, so hanger is one of the first product that I started working in 2000. So in 2000, like I have made few hanger in Tripura with the help of artisan. Then later I thought maybe that could be one of the best product, which is very simple and like used widely, and again like a very heavily plastic is used for the hanger sector. So then I started developing hangers. Like whenever I have some free time, like I sketch it out and then make something. So you can see like I have now around a collection of nearly around 60 hangers with me. Yeah. So this is some of the hangers. You can see the samples. Another 4. Everywhere you can see the construction method, the way material used. Somewhere it is a flat, somewhere it is a solid round combination of it. Okay, like now even sometime like no, we were thinking like Ochlandra is a very thin species. So can we make a even hanger of Ochlandra? Okay, so we have done some model. Even the top right is one of the Ochlandra, because you can see a very long node. Okay, Ochlandra have a, sometime I have seen the node length is around 4 feet plus. Okay, so you can see that one single piece just bending like that on the top right. Okay, so that is possible only with a, you have a very long node. So Ochlandra is that very suitable for that. So these are like more pictures of different varieties of hangers. So I think like maybe like one product you can make like it's a like maybe in such a number of various ways if you can make one product. All other product we can see the similarly. Like maybe tongs you can make maybe the 50 different way. Trays you can make 100 different way. So we have to start thinking. So this is a foldable hanger. Okay, so the opened one on the middle and the right side you can see how it is folded. So like it is completely folded, goes in a small packet, or maybe while you're traveling you want to carry. Okay, no, this can be used. You can put it in your pocket. That for garments. Okay, or maybe it can be used for display in a retail store. So you can see like it like maintain the form of the garments. The hangers for maybe the right one, it is for footwear. Like you have seen how the footwear displayed in a retail store, like with a plastic hanger. So maybe even that footwear display with a plastic hanger also can be replaced with a bamboo one. So this is designed for that, and hanger for saris. Then apart from development of these demonstration of products, we do like lots of training program. So whatever we develop, whatever the new idea we create, we keep like giving to the people, okay, who like deserve it. Okay, so people like maybe Bamboo Mission from different state invite us for trainings. So on consultancy mode, we take up training program, and we conduct lots of training in field. We go to wherever they are like and conduct program. So this is like one of the program in Madhya Pradesh. So you can see like it is not just teaching a product. Okay, we also teach how to make a number of products. Like maybe suppose you take a hanger. How you produce 100 hanger? Okay, how you maintain the size, dimension, or the shape, or maybe like everything. How you maintain that? Okay, so we teach the production part also. So not just teaching like a product may not help. Sometimes when they get an order of a 500 or 1,000 piece of hanger. Okay, so how they maintain the quality, that is very important. This is a program like in the furniture design, furniture training in Kerala. This is another training in Nagaland. So you can see that they're making the dustbin. another program in Tripura. So they're making furnitures, rocking horse and everything. This is like end of the program like this. So as I told, it's not just making a one piece of product. No, you make a multiple number of pieces. So they learn how to plan for the production, like maybe like just making a member 1,000 piece, like you cut it together. How you make a jig for cutting to maintain the size. So you don't need to measure the bamboo every time. So make a jig. So all this part like we teach during the workshop, and we introduce such kind of basic like technique, making the jigs and using the jigs to maintain the quality and dimensions. So you can see some of the product, and we also provide like end of the workshop, okay, with a proper component drawings, dimension, product pictures. So maybe future when they want to refer. Okay, so this kind of manuals also we create. So this is one of the manual, and we also recently work with my colleague Praveen Solanki. So we together had worked with a team from Taiwan, another institute from Taiwan, and we have it's like more of a exchange. So exchange of ideas. So we developed some idea based on the bamboo or technology available in Taiwan, and they have developed a range of products, the kind of species available in India. So then we exchange our idea, and their artisan made our product, and our artisan made their product. Okay, so it was like a first kind of workshop, like it's a cultural exchange kind of collaboration. So this was a product designed again by me during that, and this was made in Taiwan by their artisan. We also conducted a number of international program for other institution. This is like people coming from Paris and working with our students together in NID and developing lots of product. So they come to Bangalore campus, and we conducted number of programs like this. So this is a World Bamboo Day now. World Bamboo Day is coming in the next 2 weeks. We have World Bamboo Day. So NID has been organizing like various sometimes small way. Like last year and this year, we are doing online. The Bamboo Day program in 2016. Okay, so we conducted an international workshop. So people came from other countries. Then we also introduced bamboo curriculum in bamboo like modules in our curriculum. So our students do bamboo work, so they learn about, because then they can start appreciating as one of the best material. So they experiment with lots of technique, and they create their own furnitures and products. This is some of the image from students' work. Exhibitions in Korea. This exhibition in Cochin for the Bamboo Fest. So 2 years back, I put this collection of 50 hangers in Kochi. So you can see hang on with bamboo. So it's entirely my collection of hangers. And this is another one thing I want to mention: the entrepreneurs, or maybe the people who want to go for bamboo production. Okay, so you have to look at everything. Okay, the design is one of the components. You may think like, okay, we get a design, we can do everything. No, design is only one component. It look at the raw material, good quality raw material, production of raw material, availability of raw material, the skill, the technology. Then you need to have a proper selling, like you have to market, you need to brand it, you have to pack it. Okay, product coming in the market, no, which is branded, have a good value. So you have to brand it, you have to identify the right product for the right user. Okay, so all then only you can have a very good business. Otherwise, just having a bamboo plantation or just getting lots of machine, or maybe just getting a design doesn't work. So you need to look at all these things together as a system. Okay, then only the business will work. This is like maybe one view of our bamboo center. So maybe you all welcome sometime when you are in Bangalore or people in Bangalore, you can come to NID to see the Bamboo Center and you can learn more about the application. Okay, so that's it. Thank you very much. You can note down my number in case if you want to connect with me later.
Thank you, Mr. Sushant.
So thank you very much.
Wonderful treat to watch all your innovative designs. Certainly motivating and uplifting the moods of everyone. Sorry, there's an echo. Any questions from the audience?
Hello, sir.
Sir, yes, go ahead.
Sir, good morning, sir. Yeah, Mr. Sushant, I'm from Karnataka. I want to know how cost effective, how price competitive and durable compared to plastic and wood, this furniture or fixtures.
Bamboo के अंदर जो राइस का पुलाव बनाते हैं ना, वो अच्छा है.
Hello.
Yeah, Mr. Abdul, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for your question. So first
Yeah.
of all, we should not think about maybe the price comparison with plastic. The method of production of plastic, the method of production of bamboo, furniture or other product is very different. Okay, and bamboo, as I told, it is a natural material. So we need to process it. Okay, we need to bring to a kind of a raw material that we can use it for a particular product. So it involves certain like machining or processing, all that. Okay, like bamboo may be available very cheap. If you go to a farmer, maybe you can buy a piece of bamboo, maybe not very expensive. Maybe it is again depends on place to place. Okay, so but the process of making, maybe currently if you look at half of the work is done manually. For some part of the process, it can be mechanized. Like now you have looking at the CFCs around in Karnataka or anywhere, and many CFC have a basic processing machine. So where you can do the raw material process. Okay. So, but some of the work is done by manually. So it involves certain labor and some cost is involved. So there is no way we can compare with maybe if you can get a plastic chair in the market with a 500 rupees. So we cannot compare bamboo with that 500 because bamboo's the value of the bamboo you're creating or maybe the kind of the process involved, it is different. Okay. If you compare with wood, you compare with a wood chair with a bamboo chair, I can certainly say that, okay, bamboo is comparatively affordable than wood. Okay, but plastic I never compare. Only I can compare plastic with how much quantity is plastic used and how much quantity we can replace with bamboo, but not with the cost.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further questions?
Sushant, morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Musama. I would like to ask, what about how do you make it termite proof and because termite can be a problem, and also what about bed bugs problem in bamboo? I used to be an amateur bamboo artisan in my school days, so I know it's very easy to work with bamboo. But I'm just wanting to know what are the effects of termites and bed bugs on this, because they can be a big challenge.
Yeah. So good to know that you are a very good bamboo enthusiast and started working from your childhood. And even in fact, I also started seeing bamboo and doing something in bamboo in my childhood before I get into the design. So like no, coming to the question, like no, bamboo is a very good material, and first like no harvesting. Uh, if you go to the market, you will find the bamboo like matured, non-matured, everything. So non-matured, the fibers will not be that dense, and maturity and hardness will not be there. So the first one has to look at like harvesting the right matured material. So that will have a good quality of fiber, good density of fiber. The fiber also will be very hard. Okay. The second thing is there are even again different species have a different maturity. It's not every species will commonly know like 3 years back. Okay, so it depends on species to species. Some species might take 4 years, 3.5, 4.5. So we need to understand that. Then need to like take a call on what is the maturity time. And secondly, like there are lots of treatment coatings are available, which is used like as in my presentation also. I briefly mentioned about treatment that everywhere like when we conduct workshop, we tell the artisan or the entrepreneurs that treatment is very like our next speaker permission can say more about treatment because he's doing treatment in a bulk quantity. So he can also say from his experience, okay, what way when the material like treated for a furniture and for a structure or for other application. So this treatment using like different method, like it is very effective and it can protect the material like in a large way from all these insects. And like especially like there are method like traditionally used like they keep the bamboo in flowing water, then they use turmeric and other oils and everything. So there are many traditional method of treatment, and same time now we have lots of chemical methods, okay, and which also have a dip treatment, boiling treatment, then pressure impregnant treatment is there. So there are many treatments are there, which is effective for all that. So that is what from even I am using bamboo furniture like more than 15 years. I'm using bamboo furniture, my own furniture. So I have seen like whatever the treated bamboo, it is not been affected. Even like 15 years, I can say it is very intact. That is my experience.
Hello. Sushant sir. Sushant sir, Kaushik here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, sir. I'm Kaushik from Jharkhand. I work with the tribal folks from the remote district of Jharkhand, and it was an excellent session. I would like to be in touch with you. One help what I need is how to get the good quality saplings of bamboo, because that's a problem. When I reach out to the forest department, they give some bamboo saplings in a cost effective rate, but the thing is that they are not of good quality, which are not fit for any crafting purpose. So basically the tribals with whom I am working, they design basic things, home appliances, if and they actually sell in a very reasonable rate, right? So the one what you have suggested are the of good quality. They need a bit processing, but the first thing is to get the good quality bamboo. So I would like to be in touch with you to check how I can give them good saplings of bamboos which can be farmed at an industrial scale. So each bamboo actually they sell it at around 120 to 130 rupees, and that's a good livelihood for them.
Yeah, Kaushik, thank you. So like just want to tell you like I'm not expert of plantation. Okay, but maybe like many of our friends are here, like Dr. Sita Lakshmi, and many are like they're expert like in that area. But maybe help you like one way like that, maybe which bamboo, okay, it may be good for what purpose. Okay, whether whichever bamboo you select to plant, which is suitable in Jharkhand, because every bamboo will not grow everywhere. Now, looking at the climatic condition and geography condition, there may be some changes. But maybe like one way I can help is what bamboo you have, or maybe what bamboo you are planting, and I can help you with the right application of it. That I
Thank
can
you,
help you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Namaste. Am I audible?
Yeah, namaste.
Yeah, my name is Venkat. I am speaking from Malleshwaram, Bangalore.
Yeah.
I have a startup called Startup Sanatana. And though we are a spiritual and divine-based startup, okay, we have come out with a few nice mementos for our spiritual-based startups, where we want to give it to the people. And bamboo is our first priority. In this
Okay.
regard, a few weeks back, I met Dr. Sundar Naik. I went to the Bamboo Society of India in 18th of Malleshwaram. I met him, and based on his encouragement, we also became the member of the Bamboo Society of India. And the question is, see, though we wanted to use bamboo, the problem is, okay, the availability of the raw materials, especially in our case, we are we are looking out for bamboo sheets like 5 mm or 8 mm or 10 mm kind of thing. And those kind of sheets are available in at home and home center as a part of some other items which are a bit costly, like 500 rupees. Only for the link purpose, I have to spend 500 rupees, and okay, I purchased few things and got a memento. I showed it to Dr. Sundar Naik also. He appreciated very well. And only thing from Bamboo Society of India, if you can get such kind of 5 mm or 8 mm or 10 mm sheets, we are really grateful for you. And nevertheless, the presentation was really, really good. It is so encouraging.
Yes, sir. So like, maybe only like I can help you is your memento project. I can surely help. Like, we have many different types of memento that is developed. And since you are in Malleshwaram, you're always welcome anytime to like come to Bangalore NID campus. It is just very close to Pinia metro station. And you can come and see the like some of the mementos, and no, maybe you can use some of it. I don't have any issue. And the raw material part, according to like what the raw material used in memento, we have used the bamboo mat board. We have used directly the bamboo raw material, natural material, and there are bamboo timber. Okay, like maybe I can call bamboo strip board. Okay, so this may be instead of getting from the retail stores and all, maybe we need to identify the manufacturers, whoever there in the country, maybe whoever making in a small scale. Okay, we can get it like in a better price. That's like maybe like maybe
Yes.
help you.
In this regard, our humble request is please help us in getting that 5 mm or 8 mm or 10 mm. Really will be grateful to you, sir.
Yeah, I'll connect you with few people. Okay, then you can have a directly discussion with them. Maybe you can contact me. Like, I hope you have taken my number. You can call me.
See, though we are a startup in some other spiritual thing, based on Sundar Naik's interaction, we are then and there itself we became the members of the Bamboo Society of India. Our main job is not bamboo, but nevertheless we want to use bamboo. Bamboo being a eco-friendly
Yeah, you can also, maybe you don't need to make it. You can give it to some entrepreneur to make it, and that person will look at from where to collect it, where to procure the material, all that. You just need the design, like what you finalize, and maybe even any of the entrepreneur, like here, you can connect with them and they can do the production since you are not in bamboo.
It's okay, but nevertheless we have the facility to make it,
Yeah.
and even getting the raw material is also okay, helpful for us.
Yeah.
So thank you, Mr.
So,
Sushant.
just one question, Amit
Lot of
Kulkarni here. Just
This will be the last
quick question,
question.
maybe quick info if I can get.
Okay.
Sir, is there any such department even at Ahmedabad NID? Because I'm from that area, maybe it could be helpful for me to visit there if there is one. If you can just inform me.
Yes. You can visit Ahmedabad NID, and Ahmedabad NID, like there are also lots of work happen. Like we have a discipline called furniture design. The students do lots of work, and some of the faculty members also I can introduce to you. They also do like work with bamboo. and you can definitely visit there. Whenever you want to, you can just connect with me, and I'll introduce you to some people there.
Wonderful. Thanks.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
maybe-
Mr. Prashant.
Yeah, you can send me the question, and maybe like
Yes,
like
a lot of
in email
questions for you.
email also I can reply to that.
Sure. There are a lot of questions for you. We will pull all the questions and submit it to you. With
Yeah,
this, a big thanks from PSI for the wonderful session. Thank you, sir. We
Thank
move
you.
on
Thank
to
you.
our next speaker.